Hello and welcome to my studio journal. Now back in 2022, I started to redesign my home studio, shifting from software to hardware for the first time. What began as a few videos for some curious students soon became an ongoing unfiltered record. So now I'm in a little bit of a problem. That tray thing doesn't work on this side, doesn't work on that side, doesn't work against the wall like it is right now, because if you look at it, I'm not sure it's going to hold the weight straight out like that. It still ends up being crowded in that corner. So then do I take the mixer and waste a big shelf over there and put the mixer on that shelf? Or do I put it right back where it was, right where I started, right to begin with, having it over there, and then buy a TRS snake? That TRS snake then could run right over to here, and that would be fine. I know the mixer fits there. I like the way it looks there. It's easy to see from every place in the studio. It might have to go back to being there. But if I got a 6-foot, let's say, TRS snake, I would be able to go from the mixer to a patch bay underneath the desk here somewhere, if that would work out. Then I would be able to have everything connected, everything hooked up, because everything goes to the patch bay, and from the patch bay it goes in to the mixer. There is a lot of thinking about this stuff when you get it together, and until you find the exact combination of things that work for you. I thought this would be a good run to film all this, because I switched things by changing what I was putting in my studio with all the outboard gear. I changed the back here, never had these shelf units before. So this is all very different, but I think I might unhook the mixer, put it back over where I had it before. I do feel more comfortable with that mixer being back there where I can see it no matter where I'm at. If that then brings everything closer to here and allows me to put the patch bay in here somewhere underneath this desk, that's not a bad plan. It's the halfway point in the room. So instead of having to buy really long cables, everything would just run into the patch bay, and from the patch bay into the mixer. That also then frees up that stand, and I can maybe put a different type of synth or something like that on that particular stand. Okay, and this is the main desk and the mixer right back where it started from the beginning. Now there is a benefit. The mixer I am using with the Akai Force, so the mixer just would plug straight into the Akai Force with just a small USB cord, and that would be perfectly fine. But yeah, if it's there, you can see it from absolutely every place. Since the mixer works there and you can see it from all over the place, that doesn't mean that that's the only solution. It's also rack mountable. Mount it in a rack, maybe below that desk, and have everything all in one spot. But then again, that puts the mixer down below a desk where I would have to be able to see it. It's not that easy to see from every location. So that means the next thing to maybe decide on is whether or not to build a rack unit instead of having smaller rack units sitting on these shelves, like over here where I got these things right there. Instead of having that small rack unit there, well, maybe it's time that I build a larger rack unit underneath one of these desks here. One of the issues that we're having is that everything is in the room. Because I'm going to be mixing or mastering from this computer right here, it'd probably be best if I had as much close to there as possible. The mixer is not so far away that I can't really kind of just slide over and make a few adjustments when tracking things out individually. Once again, I mean, maybe the mixer stays there. Now the next step is to see about what it might look like to have all these rack units, well, underneath this desk right here. Just for fun, that's what the mixer would be like sitting on that desk. And that just does not work. If you're actually working on either the Korg Mini Log or anything in there, you can't see the mixer anyhow. So there, it's not a prime spot for it to be. That's just going to be a no-go. All the power cords are running past. No matter how much I tried to separate them, on the wall at the back, it just caused a great big problem. When I moved the mixer down to that spot down there, great improvement. Everything went silent. So that is the place where it would have to be. Basically, yeah, that's where we're sitting with that. Now, if we look over on this part right here, I'm talking about putting the mixer there, which is a waste of space. The mixing board is 19 inches, so it would take up more or less the same spot that's taking up width-wise. And if I put it at that spot, I lose the shelf then that the Akai Advanced 49 is on. But I can see it from every location in my office, and once again, it's close to the mixing position, which is right next to it. If you'd like to follow the full journey, check out my online studio journal linked in the description. Until next time, I'm just a music teacher having fun. Catch you on the next one.